This is Vikash, and welcome you to today's webinar. And we are representing Chase Global Academy, and we are excited to have Miss Monica from San Francisco Film School with us. And thanks for joining, Monica. So today's session is designed to give you clear insights into our partnership with San Francisco Film School, the opportunities available for interested students, and how this collaboration can benefit your academic journey and the recruitment efforts. Thank you for taking time, Monica, and joining us today. And we encourage you to stay engaged to all of our clients as well at the same time and make the most out of this interactive session. And yeah, let's get started, guys. Before even I start, I'll just play a video which is shared by the San Francisco Film School itself. So that will give you a highlight about the school. That's amazing, Monica. It really gives us a feel that it's coming from a kind of a facility which is really into film production and guiding to the students. So yeah, thanks for sharing such a wonderful video to our clients. So I would like to start with you. Could you give us a brief introduction about the San Francisco Film School and its core mission in general, please?
Hi, Vikas, and welcome everybody. Sure. So, as the name suggests, San Francisco Film School, we are based in the beautiful city of San Francisco. You had a glimpse of the city in the
Right.
short video as well. And the philosophy behind our school is that we want students to best way to learn making films is to make films. And what
Right.
that means is that it's going to be a very hands-on, active learning degree, a
Right.
certificate, or even short programs that we offer. So, what I would suggest, Vikash, if you are able to
Definitely.
maybe give the control to me and I can play a few of the slides and then we
Definitely.
can work through that. Give me just a
Definitely.
moment
Yeah, try
and
if you can able to control it. That's okay.
let's see if I'm able to get a better
Yes.
look here. And I want to make it as a present full screen. You're able to see my screen, correct?
Let
So
me just stop my sharing
yes,
here. That's fine. And yeah, I can able to see your screen now. That's totally fine.
okay. So I'm going to, we just saw this video,
Yes.
so I'm going to
Yes.
move forward with what we offer. Okay, so
Yeah,
what
so
are our programs?
basically, yeah.
Yes,
So thanks for acknowledging that. I was about to come to the same question only that what sort of programs are there. But before even jump onto that, Monica, I want to understand to our clients what makes our school, San Francisco Film School, a unique as compared to other film schools in US, and what sort of teaching philosophy and hands-on learning and it is like these sort of opportunities what we are standing different and apart from other institutions.
definitely. And that's where the programs, as you say, come into play.
Yes.
So we believe in active learning. What does
Great.
that mean? You are creating the work, your projects, you are creating your portfolio, and that has to be also industry ready. You
Right.
get your own creative voice, which means you bring your vision to life. The instructors will teach you. They won't say, hey, this idea is bad, this is not good. No, you bring your creative, your cultural aspect, your own personal aspect to life.
Perfect.
And obviously, you will use all our professional equipment. We are taught by the award-winning faculty. So that's what is makes up our film school as a film school. Very important as to what program you would be in. You're able to really work and say, hey, I created this short video. Hey,
Yes.
I created this documentary film.
Right. No, that's amazing. And coming back to the programs and curriculum itself, Monica, what are the main programs offered by the institute itself? Is it diploma, certificate, associate, bachelor's, workshops? I know there is a combination of opportunities, but what is the majority of programs which we are offering to domestic and international students in general?
Yes, so we offer an associate in applied science. It's a 2-year program. Then a
Okay.
professional certificate in digital filmmaking. So both these programs, as we would call as a longer duration programs. So associate being 2 years degree, professional certificate being a year and a half long professional certificate program. Both programs focusing on digital filmmaking, also utilizing these days AI resources and everything hands-on, as I mentioned earlier. Then we also have opportunities for our students, both domestic and international, if they want to just take just the slew of individual courses, we call it as continuing education. On
Right.
top of that, we also have certain workshop and boot camps that if you want to just learn, maybe you just have 3 days of time that you can devote and you just want to learn, okay, hey, what is AI and filmmaking? Or you want to do a 9 week workshop on making a short film, including the latest technologies. We also have music production
Right.
workshops. So anything ranging from 3 day to 9 weeks, that opportunity students also have.
Perfect, perfect. So, and it looks like, anyways, film industry and institution, this is a very vast field itself. So, so does the student get an opportunity to specialize in filmmaking, acting, screenwriting, editing, cinematography, directing, VFS, animation? Is this all part of the same bundle?
Yes, so that's where I wanted to share. So just to give an example of our
Right,
associate degree, the 2 year
right,
program, the student is making 5 portfolio films. What that means is they're creating a visual montage, which is creating a short film without any sound. So your focus is on learning how you're utilizing your camera, what is your script that you want your actors to enact, but there's no sound in your product. But then you
right,
moved on to a short fiction film, a documentary film, a commercial, and a thesis film. So think, how would you create these things? So you have to learn all the key aspects, which would
yes,
be your screenwriting, script writing. How do I make a very full, powerful script, right? Then how
right,
do I put that script into a visual cinematic, right? So then you're learning cinematography, you're learning to work with different type of cameras. Then you're also learning, how do I edit? I now created a content, but it is not looking good. I want to add music. I want to add audio. So all the key aspects of the filmmaking are taught in this 2 year program. Okay.
perfect, perfect. So you
And
have pretty much
that's
answered
where
my
they'll
that
have their
question. Yeah,
portfolio. Yeah.
you have pretty much answered my second question, following question, which was related to how practical and hands-on program is. It just theoretical? But you have precisely answered no. It is more of the practical approach. Theoretical is to start with to understand the basics, but majority is consist of the practical and hands-on experience itself, right?
Correct. So as you see, it's writing, producing, directing, shooting, editing. So each
Right,
student is doing their own work. Plus, it's always a collaborative work, right? So you
right,
are working on other students' their work, and then that's how you're full learning how a short film or even a 30-second music video or a commercial comes about, right?
okay, okay,
So that's
great.
all that they would be learning. And I'll
So
move on. Yeah, go
in
ahead.
a typical setting or a typical academic session here, Monica, how many short films and project does students typically complete during their course or curriculum?
Correct. So in the associate degree program, they are working on 5 projects which
Okay.
are required. Okay, so
Okay.
they will have their own name on those 5 projects. In the professional certificate, because it's slightly a shorter program, they will be making 4 portfolio films, which will be again visual montage, short fiction, documentary, web commercial, or a music video. So this is your own product, but then as I said, you're also working in your students, in your classmates project. So it depends upon, some students may even have my 4, then I try to be more active, then I'm also working with another 10 students in my classmate. I
Right.
may kind of end up handling in my 2-year program maybe about 30-40 projects. That's up to me, but my own work at least has to be those 5 and 4 that will even earn them that associate degree or the professional certificate.
Amazing, amazing. That sounds good. So, are there any new and upcoming programs for the coming 2026 intake and session?
Definitely. So both the programs that I shared earlier, whether it's our
Yes.
associate degree program or the
Right.
professional certificate program, the applications are already open. We are
Okay.
accepting applications for our spring semester. We have a
Right.
mid-spring, then we have summer, then fall and mid-fall. So for all the 5 semesters next year, we are accepting application. And on top of that, we have short workshops and boot camps. So those are short duration opportunities for international students. If they are able to visit the US on a tourist visa, they could do that. Obviously, for the associate degree and the professional certificate, they will be coming on a student visa and then studying at the school.
So, as far as I can understand as a layman here, Monica, is to conduct these workshops and boot camps. Eventually, there's a lot of technology, equipment, and a studio setup is definitely the basic requirement I can ask. So, what sort of equipment and technology does students get access to? And does the students have professional level studios in general? And how often the students get to these equipment outside the class? So, these are the basic questions where especially this industry related
Very, very good
students
question.
definitely ask. Yes.
Definitely, very, very good question. So imagine I'm asking, or the instructor is asking you that, okay, hey, I want you to create this 5 minute
Right.
a short fiction film. Now, how would I do it, right? I would have to have a camera. I have to have some editing software. I have to have lighting. I have to have audio kit. So the whole gamut of equipment is provided to students. And
Great.
why? And I'll get to that. What we provide is because it's a project-based instruction. So filmmaking, some people may say, oh, it's easy these days. Oh, I can just use my iPhone camera and create. Yes, you can shoot a short video, but then what is the idea behind it? How can you really finish it? How can you make it film festival ready, or maybe in the future
Correct.
put it in different award categories, right? So that's where you are creating that portfolio. You're creating those rigorous content, but how you would do it is with different type of equipment. So yes, you get your own camera, you get zoom lens, film audio recording kit, 3-point click, and accessory. So this is an equipment package. In the second semester of our associate degree or the professional certificate, students will get to use, okay, along with other equipment that they would need from the school. They can check it
Right.
out. But this becomes, it basically, this entire kit belongs to them for their duration of their studies. And when they graduate, they get to keep it so that you keep
Oh, is
filming.
it?
Okay, yes,
Amazing.
yeah. So
Right.
they get to keep this entire equipment as well.
So we can say student will definitely get the full value of their investment towards learning. So learning as well as whatever the equipment they will be using throughout their tenure, and then once they get used to those equipments, they'll get a chance to keep it for their future practical work and for their professional career is concerned, which is amazing. I think that's a really good opportunity which they are getting. And
Correct.
following up to this question here, Monica, is where normally students are there any partnerships with studios or production houses in the Bay Area or within the US? Does the San Francisco Film School provides?
Yeah. So before I come into partnership,
Yes.
which is very important for students, is who and what am I learning, right? So yes, we talked
Right.
about you have
Yes.
different courses, but who is going to teach me, right?
Correct.
Because I'm thinking myself to be a future filmmaker. What am I going to learn? Whom am I going to learn it from? So we, all our faculty, we are so proud of that, is an award-winning professional faculty. What that means, they are working in the industry. If you're going to learn a cinematography course, it is taught by a professional cinematography grapher who has actually multiple awards under their belt. Just to give a name, like he's an Emmy Award winner. His name is Mr. Brandon Hamilton. And then he's been in this industry for many, many years. Similarly, we have instructors who have created feature films that have been awarded or have been showcased in BAFTA, which is the British Film Academy Awards, or even the Academy Awards in the US, which is the Oscars, or even the Cannes Film Festival. So what that means is this people, the set of group faculty that is going to teach them, is bringing their own network to the students, right? Because they are already in the industry. So the school itself, we don't need to partner with anybody because you're getting that as a resource. They are working with these instructors now. Then these instructors themselves are creating a new project, and then they need, okay, hey, I need maybe this student is really good in script writing. How about you writing something for me? So even having those hands-on experiences and getting that opportunity where the students can showcase their talent and start working with one of the faculty, they have those opportunities. We also definitely partner, since we are in the San Francisco Bay Area. So there are local film festivals, local partnerships that we have therein. The students can showcase their work. So they get all that part of their resources once they are in that particular subject in the classroom and interacting with the instructors.
Wonderful. I can see those some famous and some big names there, so that itself justify that yes, the film school is not just providing you an academic career, rather it's providing a whole environment basically
Mhm.
where you can learn and grow itself within the facility and develop those tie-ups and arrangements for a very prospective career in place. So that's good to know. So coming back to the admission requirements here, Monica, the general requirements. So what are the admission requirements for international students basically? What's do they require to provide any portfolio, any previous film experience, any creative experience? So what in general the institution asks?
Definitely. And before I answer that question, I also just want to cover a few more opportunities students
Yeah,
will
definitely.
have.
Amazing.
Is number one, we host a lot of master classes, one every semester. And what does
Okay.
a master class mean? Is that we are inviting a celebrity, an award winner, somebody from the US film industry
Okay.
coming to the classroom or coming to the campus and speaking to students. So in the past, we've had actors like Leila George, we've had
Okay.
directors like Ed Schwiz. We had very recently had Mr. Roman Coppola, who's again acting,
Okay.
directing. So these people are coming and sharing their experiences. So at least for the students to learn. And obviously, as you see, like as you're asked, even what are the opportunities students will get. So we have our career services that will help out them to find local gigs in and around the Bay Area. Then obviously we have the film and community events. And once we want a student to be okay, hey, this is what I'm going to be studying. Okay, so I'm moving on to a slide and I'll go back to some other options as well. Is
Right.
when we want a student to be part of our student body,
Yes.
what do we need? Documentation is one thing, but two things very important is your motivation to study and your
Right.
passion to kind of do it well. Okay, so these two are very important aspects because uh, filmmaking, the programs is a rigorous, time consuming work, right? You will be doing, creating, maybe you'll write a script and the instructor will say, okay, no, you need to make it better. So it's a lot of effort that will go into. So you need to remain motivated and passionate about your work forever. And other than that, what you will showcase when we are looking into, okay, hey, can I admit Vikash to my program? So we would want for both our associate degree and the professional certificate program that you've at least completed your high school. If you've
Okay.
done some college, whether in film or not, it's fine, but yes, the high school minimum is required. And we would actually assess your application based on your personal statement, wherein
Okay.
you will write an essay as to, hey, why am I interested in a filmmaking degree? Why am I interested in this school? Then we also have the opportunities for scholarship, which I'll cover after going through the
Right.
application requirement, short
Right.
essays, a recommendation letter. Now, students, if the English is not their first language, then yes, we'll ask them to provide a test score and a financial support document so that you can be admitted and an I-20 can be issued for student visa
Perfect.
purposes.
So regardless of the background of the student, whether they're coming from a film background or not, still they are eligible for to undertake such a program till the time they can able to provide a justification, a kind of a essay or statement, and to justify their passion, how they are passionate about such to learn such a program that will qualify them for this enrollment. And the basic eligibility, as you mentioned, is the grade 12 is kind of a mandatory requirement.
Correct. Because again, the program is supposed to teach you filmmaking. So
Right. Of
we
course.
don't expect that you need to know it in advance. But we've had students sometimes they may start from elsewhere or they may have done some short courses or may they have even created their own content. So yes, if they have that kind of a portfolio, more than welcome to share it with us because that increases number one, their chances for admissions. Number two, that will also increase their chances for scholarship. So if you don't mind, I know students are always asking us, okay, hey, is there some kind of a support that I can get from the school in terms of
I was about to ask the
financial?
same question
Yes,
in terms of
yes,
scholarship, basically. What sort of
yes.
opportunities interested students and domestic students can avail from the school itself? Any scholarship? What is the tuition fee looks like in general? So I think you are coming on to the same question.
Right. So we offer what we call as a global filmmaker scholarship.
Okay.
And for both our associate degree and for the professional certificate, there is a set number of awards uh, provided. So for
Okay.
our associate degree, students will get up $9,000 in tuition scholarship. So basically spread over their 2-year program. And similarly for the $6,000 for the professional certificate spread over a year and a half of their program. Okay. An idea here is that we want to encourage international students to bring their cultural perspective, right, and experience into filmmaking. And the criteria that they will fulfill, obviously, they're providing their personal statement, but then they're providing writing 2 short essays on inclusion and creativity. So that will determine. And then, as I said, if they have something in terms of additional portfolio that makes them an scholarship awardee because of that as well. In
So what is the
addition to
average? What
this,
is the average tuition fees one student needs to pay through one academic year?
so one academic year, the tuition and fees will range somewhere around if they are taking 3 semesters
Right.
in a year, it will come to around I would say 25,000 US
Okay.
dollars. If
Okay.
they're taking 2 semesters because they can always take a break, so then it will be only for 2 semesters, say around 18,000 US dollars. So around
So it
that,
may vary
yeah,
depending upon their flexibility of choosing a semester, whether they are going to adopt 2 semesters or 3 semesters in one academic year. It may fluctuate, but on average, it will vary around 25,000 US dollars in
correct.
general is the fees which they should be prepared to invest towards their studies. So will that
Correct.
include the lab and equipment fees as well?
Yes. So when I'm talking about tuition and fees, that would include. So there would be maybe a few $100s here and there, but that would include. It does not include their living expenses
Okay, of
and all
course,
other
right,
personal expenses,
right,
but the tuition and fee. So yes.
right. And
And
in,
I also
and in
actually, yes,
terms of the payment plan, do the student also get a payment plan or installment plan?
yes, they do actually. So the first semester, we'll say when you're starting in, we would expect the student pay the tuition and fees in full. But then, yes, second semester, they can always request, hey, I pay it in 2 installments or one or two, 3 installments? Then our financial manager is always ready to help out, so they can pay that in installment as well. But
Right.
on top of that, actually, I wanted to share something else
Yes.
regarding our scholarships and
Yeah.
grants is for international students because in the past few months there have been kind of limited visa appointments due to various reasons, depending on whichever
Yes.
country they're coming from. So what our management has done, and we're proud of it, because we still don't want the students to delay their studies and think, okay, hey, I wanted to start in spring, but I don't have a visa appointment and I have to wait until fall to start my program.
Right.
So wherever possible, if they are interested, and that's again an advantage for our programs because we provide the programs both in person and in hybrid or virtual modality, then
Oh, great.
these
Right.
international students for a given maybe a semester or two, if they want to,
Right.
while they're working on getting their appointment, they can start their program virtually. And if they do so, we will give them additional 25% grant. So
Okay.
obviously their tuition gets reduced by additional 25% for that particular semester.
I think this is going to be an amazing opportunity for international students as far as the visa, immigration, and compliance are concerned, and the appointments are not available at specific consulates. So, what San Francisco Film School is providing in order to support them, regardless whether they can join, if they can't join in-person campus studies, they can always conduct their virtual sessions, and by the time they get an acceptance through the consulate, they can continue their education in person as well. So I think this is amazing, which is totally different from other academic institutions where you might have to wait for the whole year, or you might have to skip your whole
Mhm.
session if you're not getting accepted. But here they are still getting an opportunity to learn and without wasting any single moment.
Correct.
As far as the overall timeline concerned here, Monica, in terms of getting an I-20 or the process itself, getting an admission letter and the other support letter for their F1 visa is concerned, what is the in general timeline is usually required, and how early students should be prepared enough to be accepted in a specific program?
So we try to do as much because we know for international students, they need to really prepare a lot, right? Admission is just one part of it, but then you have to wait for your visa appointment. Then once that gets approved, prepare to come to the US, right? So
Right.
what we try to do once we receive the full set of documentation, and here students have two advantages. If you
Right.
provide everything from their high school transfer to essays to their recommendation letter, financial support document, then within 2 weeks or so, they can get the admission decision. And then maybe a week after, they can also get their I-20. So I
Great.
would say between 2 to 3 weeks, the process can be completed from our end in
Okay.
terms of admissions. Sometimes
Right.
it could be sooner too. If again everything is really good, we can really expedite the
Right.
process at our end.
And I'm
Um,
pretty sure student can able to always defer, but given the opportunity which school is providing, they can start the virtual classes, which is again an option. But deferment is also an option by the school if in case
yes,
they just
yes,
want to start in campus in person only.
yes, yeah, we do have. So when the students apply, we have a very nominal application fee of $10.
Okay,
So if you are requesting a defer in the same year, maybe for another semester, you don't need to pay an application fee again. We can easily defer it, both your admission and the I-20. But ideally, it's a good idea keeping in mind that applying wherein if you say, okay, hey, I would want to start only in person, then the students should give themselves enough time to find about the visa appointment so that you're not deferring again and again, and you also have things in mind. So students should prepare at least uh, their application for a given term, maybe a
right,
month, 2 months in advance, at least a 2 month time period in advance so that everything is there. But deferment is not an issue. We can
right,
defer it for the next semester without any
great.
concern per se. Yes.
Great. Great. No, I think that's a really good support with institution is providing to the students. And coming back to our next segment of the question, which is related to housing, living, and student life. So, what sort of support institute can provide directly or indirectly in order to better adjust those students with a new country, with a new city, with the academic culture? They should not feel homesickness. So, in general, what sort of support institute can provide them?
Yes, so we have, when it comes to housing, we have partnered with different housing
Okay.
companies here in the Bay Area. One is called as Universal Housing. wherein
Okay.
students can get these homestay options with them, so they get better acclimated to different living with different types of people,
Right.
not feeling homesick because then it's a room which is furnished, and then they start kind of coming to their classes. That's one option for housing. Definitely, there are other options too where they say, okay, hey, I may want to be much more independent
Right.
on my own, but maybe for a few weeks in the beginning, for a month or so, I need some short-term stay before I explore the city around me. So then we have those short-term stay options also with a hotel wherein it's kind of available, like they work with other different schools and colleges, and you can stay there. Then we
And and
also
and and
partner,
also,
yeah.
Monica, the common question being asked, I know all students are mature enough. They know that they can always explore the city on their own, right? But student always, parents, they always are concerned about their students, how they're coping up with the new city, with the new environment, with the weather, culture, right? And so what sort of safety and a support system in terms of attendance is concerned? How many days you need to be present in the school? What sort of workshop attendance is required? Other arrangements, how school is collaborating with those students, and how they make sure the students who really got an admission in San Francisco school is uh, genuinely learning and getting the maximum out of it.
Okay, so very important aspect you touched upon. Attendance is extremely important. Number one, you're coming here to study, right? Yes, you
Yes.
will, when you have your weekend, when you have your evenings, you will explore the city. But both in terms of our academic requirements, plus as an international student, immigration requirement, attendance
Yes.
is extremely important.
Okay.
Only
Right.
you will get are you allowed to stay at home and not attend, take a day off only, or miss your class only if you are sick. And then
Of course.
also with that
Right.
also you need to provide proper documentation. Otherwise, if you miss a class, imagine you're missing such core portion of your lecture time. Okay, it's a 3 hour long class, and if you miss one, imagine how much long
Right.
areas or subject will be covered in that 3 hours.
Right.
So attendance is very important. Parents can be rest assured that our academic team will be following up with the students. Why didn't you show up even if you miss one? We have TAs, teaching assistant, making sure students
Right.
understand. We have a student advising committee, and each advisor is assigned to a group of students. And that
Right.
advisor also will be sending emails, calling, and finding out, okay, hey, what happened? Do you need additional support? Why are you not in class? So very important. And when it comes to kind of getting to know the city, when you start
Right.
really scouting for location, that's part of their workshop, they're part of their coursework.
Right.
You are going around the city with your faculty, with your fellow students. So you get to explore the city as a group as well, which would be part of your program. But then also you're able to kind of really get to be in classes. So and you
No,
were
that
just
that
like
that that
asking for
just
the
that
student life.
that
Similarly, yes.
justify very well that how school is concerned, and they are not a kind of a typical school where they just make sure the fees has been transferred to the academic body, but at the same time they're really concerned that students should really get taken advantage and gets the maximum out of it, and they make sure that he's secured and safe and sound,
Mm-hmm.
right, and he's really studying, and so that the parents back home, they should not be worried about it, and the reporting system, the kind of a structure which I think San Francisco is providing is going to be exceptional towards the studies. That's good to know. And my coming back to the next segment here, Monica, the career opportunities and industry access. I know you have highlighted this in our earlier
Mm-hmm.
chat that yes, this is going the kind of arrangement and partnerships and tie-ups which you have are enormous. So, but in terms of after they complete their qualification or they are during their completion of their program, what sort of career services the students graduates they get, or what sort of internships and placement opportunities will they get a chance to work in a real time project, or it will be just kind of a repetitive tasks only which they have to just redo?
Yep. So again, good question, and I also would want to reiterate. So each student is creating their own portfolio. Okay.
Okay,
So
right.
each course is being taught in the sense that you have a project associated with that subject, even if you're starting the course in the first semester students may get a course like Introduction to Producing and Directing or
Right.
Introduction to Screenwriting. So you will be creating, you will be hands-on learning, and also end of the script writing course, you have to have a script ready. Okay. So, and then, so that becomes your project because now you have this script ready. Now you want to put that into a short fiction film, right? So that kind of
Yes.
script that you wrote. So you are creating your own project. You're not working on somebody else's just, and
Right.
that when you're working, it's supporting them, but you're creating that professional reel of work for yourself. It is very important not only while you're in class, but also when it comes to when you're graduating. So obviously the career services team can support you that, okay, hey,
Yes.
this is an opportunity that, oh, you like, you have, your strength is in cinematography, and then here is this production house looking for a cinematographer for this particular short project and all. So now we can only connect you with those people, help
Okay.
you kind of connect with them, but how would you really land that particular
Right.
work, right? if
Yes.
if you've really done well throughout your
Correct.
studies.
Correct.
so
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 you can
that
definitely
way,
provide a
yep.
platform. You can provide an
Hmm.
access to the opportunities, but at the end of the day, student need to make sure they get full advantage out of that opportunity being given, and they are, of course, they are responsible for their success. You can provide an environment, you can provide the support system, but yes, if they're really passionate about this skill, so I think there is no point there. They should not get a success at the end of the day.
Correct. Correct.
Right. No, that's good to know. And also, coming back to the work authorization, this is a very common question being asked by interested students specifically. They want to make sure they get the work authorization rights. Are like likewise we have in STEM-based program, we have OPT, CPT, these kind of arrangement. So does San Francisco Film School students also get an opportunity to be eligible for such kind of a work authorization or OPT or CPT kind of programs?
Definitely students get the option for OPT, that is optional practical training.
Okay.
So for the associate degree program, even for the professional certificate program, the US immigration allows students to be on OPT for a year or so. So
Okay.
yes, they get that opportunity. So once they finish their program, they need to find the work in their area, obviously, so any field of filmmaking, and then yes, they will get that work permit to study, to remain and work in any of the production houses in the US.
Right, perfect. No, you have very well answered to most of my questions here, Monica. Is there any something do you want to highlight which you think which we are missing, or is there any particular slide you want me to run over?
Yeah, I would want us to share, and then I'll stop sharing my. Maybe I can share and see if
I can
we'll.
share on my behalf
I
if
share,
you want to
yes. So
run the
I would
audio
like,
part.
yeah, we have a just a student video. He's a
Let me
recent
just.
graduate. Yeah, he's a recent graduate, and
Can you able
his
to see my
slide.
screen now?
Yes, I can see a screen. Yes, so if you can go on to the slide, I think it was probably 14 or 15.
Okay, let me
Another
just do
video.
that
Yeah, this
over
one,
here.
Cal. Yeah, yeah. So he's one of our graduates, and he just wants students to hear his story. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let's play that.
Mhm.
I'm Cal, or Callan Michael, and I'm from Pacifica, California. I wanted to come to film school because I didn't know where I was going after high school, and film was kind of one of the only things that I really liked back then, and it was one of the only things I thought I was actually good at. And we were looking like kind of all over to see which program was looking the best, and I think what really drew me in here was also just the fact that this program, it seemed like it was offering everything. It was like a full spectrum, rather than I think a lot of the other programs that we were looking at were like, I don't know, they seem more centered towards like one thing, you know, like acting or just directing or just cinematography. So I really thought that like learning how to do all of those things would gear me up. So going into the industry, you know how to do a little bit of each. surrounded by filmmakers is it's everything, you know. It makes the entire atmosphere just so like it's so accepting, and like you could just share your idea and you know they're ready to hear it, and they want to help, and they're trying to see it the same cinematic way. All of the instructors are so thoughtful, and like they're so knowing of how to do it already. And I think for my narrative shoot, you know, I kind of felt a little bit scared, and to be having the instructor on set to just reassure me and kind of make sure that things were staying on track, and like in that stressful time of like, oh, you're stepping into the director's chair for the first time, to just kind of have that that it is guidance, I guess. It's good, perfect guidance. Just is really it's such a good feeling if you're pursuing or want to pursue this art form. I think this is a great place to start. Even if you've already done it for a little bit, you just want to like learn more. I think this is a great place to learn more constantly. I think just being around filmmakers again every day, it's like you learn something new every day, and it's just such a positive building experience. So it's like, do it. It's worth it every day.
That's amazing, Monica. And it really, I think this is coming to our closing chapter as at the same time. The kind of a feedback I think which you have shared here by the student, it really justify that we are here set examples already, right? Where students should not be worried about their future. So we have a practical experience candidates, the alumni who are there to support at the same time. So I think this is very precisely you have answered to most of the questions in order to promote San Francisco School. So I would like to just thank you for joining today, Monica, for this webinar, and we appreciate your time and your participation overall. We hope this session, clients and guys, has given you a better understanding of San Francisco Film School on specific programs and how Chase Global Academy can support your education and recruitment goals. If you have any additional questions, need program details, or wish to discuss next steps, please feel free to contact us directly, or you can always approach San Francisco Film School directly as well. They're always there to support you. Once again, thank you for being here today, and have a wonderful day, and we look forward to working with you soon, Monica, in the upcoming webinar.
Thank you so much, Vikash, for having me. Thank you.